and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders, this is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Bergen Studios here in Garfield, New Jerusalem. I am Darth Messiah. I don't always finish stories, but when I do, I finish them on your mother's face because I want you to be uncomfortable as possible the next time you kiss your mother. You never know what's on it. And on the phone, as always, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz.
It's your boy Alex the Motherfucker here, aka the Stan Lee podcasting, also known as the man to figure girl in a cripple crawl space, have a run into a crawl space.
And on the boards, they call him J Kid, but he's also known as Steve Franchise.
Hey. It's your boy, Steve Franchise on the ones and twos, giving you that Ultra Wrestling Heel news.
Yes, sir. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to another week of this.
Very special week.
A very special week.
One topic later on we're going to discuss that I can't wait. I'm not going to say it.
Yes, that super kick from, what was it, like 96? 97?
Yeah, a long time ago.
98? I lost track of time.
Still haunts one person.
Yeah.
96.
96, yeah. I was right the first time.
I think 96, one of them two. I just know somewhere in the early years of the ending of the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That super kick gone wrong, and a man that's been angry for damn near 30 years.
Yes, yes.
Hey man, his career went when the kick hit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, what up, Kelvin? And yes, rest in peace to James Earl Jones, the voice of one Darth Vader, my inspiration for my gimmick.
He was also Mufasa.
Yes, Mufasa, yes.
He was also King Hakim's father, the king from Coming to America.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, facts. Yeah.
Like he played many roles.
Yeah.
He played many of roles.
Many of roles.
Yes. And I'm sure that voice got many a panties wet. And speaking of panties, things we like to see panties in.
Cheeks of the week. Cheeks of the week.
Cheeks of the week. And we're going to kick it off with Name That Booty. A little addition to Cheeks of the Week. Left is current NXT star, and right is former NXT/WWE main roster.
Left, is that SoCal?
Yes, left is Sol LaRuca, yes.
Sol LaRuca.
Okay, so okay.
And then right is WWE/NXT. Most probably split even time between
Aaliyah?
both. Huh?
Is that Aaliyah?
No, not Aaliyah.
Them cheeks look like Lola Rice, but
No, not Lola Vice. Not Hispanic. This is an AEW.
This is an AEW?
She is an AEW. She's not an AEW. She is an AEW.
Is this Mandy Sachs?
This is Mandy Sachs.
Hey.
Yeah. But you like some sack.
She is an all elite white woman. Once again, respect to homie from Drop of Tears for that wonderful phrase. That wonderful phrase, all elite white woman. That will be used forever.
That is the best AEW content you'll get.
Yes. Yeah.
Better than the actual AEW.
Yes. Yeah. Without a doubt. And moving along to our captivating. This here is like a pokey evolution of cheeks because they're all blonde. We're gonna start with Harley Cameron, and then you're gonna evolve into Mariah May, and your mega evolution is Nikita Lyons.
I gotta say though, I do like the petite version here. Was Holly Cameron?
Yeah. Danny L, because her fucking social media is her real name, but her ring name is Harley Cameron.
She reminds me of a better looking back in the day Terry Reynolds.
Yeah.
Definitely with them legs. Oh my god.
Yeah. I was gonna say like a more buff like Stacy Keibler because them legs go for days.
Yeah, mostly it's the face too. What got me with Terry? It looks like Terry.
Hey,
she looks like
look. If one thing from the '90s taught me, you always had that one little thick white thing on your side. I'm all gonna be in the key lines. I don't give a damn about them other two.
Let's not forget Perry Saturn literally chose a mop over Terry.
Well, he had other issues. Just remember that he had other issues.
He did, but that was probably one of the best segments for Perry Saturn's career.
Legitimately and in storyline, he had other issues.
He had other issues for real.
I blame this man twice.
I agree. And something we haven't seen in a while, hot sister and now hot friend, Natalia and her sister Ginny, and she's now brought Beth Phoenix into the mess of her life.
Y'all just bringing in more and more white women.
Yeah, she's now rubbing on Beth Phoenix in her pool.
Now you got Edge's wife in the pool.
Yeah. Beth Phoenix has now joined pool time fun.
Does Edge need help for his injury, or what is going on?
I don't know.
Is this something to help Edge?
Hey, look, I only know one thing and one thing only. That feed should go down for a special, just like you see these photos.
I'll pull out the Glock.
I'm gonna pull out something. It ain't gonna be a Glock. Round with it.
Yeah, change that GL to a C, and I will be pulling that out.
That is crazy.
I will be pulling that out.
That is very nuts.
Yes, nuts. Yes, lots of them.
Very nuts.
Lots of them. Yes,
That was she gonna catch her.
lots of them. And we beat the other record. 7 minutes in the show, we're off the cliff. We are off the cliff.
We eating on the cliff.
Because last time it was set 9 minutes. We're off the cliff. 7 minutes in, off the cliff.
I missed like 2 shows. Shit, we could have been off it as soon as I did my intro.
Yeah, man.
The record's now 7 minutes. We're just
things get slowed down when you're not here, bro.
Hey man, let me tell you something. It's going to break that record.
okay. Yeah, we gotta keep trying. It's now 7 minutes.
No.
Yeah, we gotta eat. Keep trying.
All right, moving along to Ultra Fantasy Booking Season 4, where it is now one big roster for 2 shows, no brand split. The only rule is champions must defend their title on the show they won it on. That is the only rule. And to finish up the draft, because we said we were going to come back and do a little more drafting. So we're going to draft 2 more people in every category. 2 more men for the both of us, so that's 4 total. 2 more women, so that's 4 total. And 2 more tag teams for each of us. That's 4 total. And that will be the end of the draft. So, with my next pick, I'm going to take Big Bill in the men's division.
Big Billy.
Big Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
7 foot tall.
And you can't teach that. Who would you like, sir?
Listen, you can't teach it. Oh God.
I wish it was taught to me, but you can't.
Bada boom, biggest black dude in the room next to Corn. How you doing? If I'm going with a male star, no homo, it still gotta be active, right?
No, anything. Retired, active, as long as they're living, as long as they're breathing.
As long as they're living.
I can always give
I don't know, but some of these wrestlers be dying like a cough.
I can always give suggestions too.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
You could, but I don't want to suggest this one. I want to pick this one.
I mean,
I've been gone for too long.
Yeah, I know.
The next one I take suggestion. But this right here, I'm going to go. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna go oddball out. I'm gonna go Cesaro.
Okay, Cesaro or Claudio? Which name are we going with?
Claudio. No.
AEW's.
I was going to say something else, but then that guys kicked off.
All right, no, let's just finish the men's division. So I'm going really left field with this one, and I'm giving him a manager. I'm drafting Hologram from AEW, and I'm giving him his manager, the person who invented the gimmick, Tony Khan.
Wow.
So Tony Khan is actually going to be active. TV.
Well, Tony Khan is now he's now a TV character.
manager.
He's been beaten up. He's been thrown down the ramp. He's been shown backstage.
You know what? You're right.
And Gorilla, he's a TV character now.
He is.
So I'm hologram with the manager of Tony Khan.
Okay.
I thought you would put hologram with Gravity as a tag team.
Nah, fuck Gravity. He's already been released. He's already been released.
Shit.
But I thought about putting them together as a tag team, but no. I need hologram with Tony Khan as a manager.
I mean, if that doesn't work out later on, then you could sign him.
That Tony Khan specifically invented that gimmick. He even mentioned he made that in his E-Fed on the fucking wrestling blogs when he was in like high school. That's how old that gimmick is.
You fucking mark!
It's not new. This is something he made up when he was fucking like 16 years old. All right, and your last male single, sir.
My last no signal is going to go beyond the left and right field. I'm going with the fallen one, Christopher Daniels.
Wow. Oh wait, we already got SCU. So we got Christopher Daniels.
I thought we had SCU. I thought we had Kazarian. What you call it? I thought
What?
James Gunn SCU was still around.
In the spirit.
Oh well, I assumed we were taking all three as a part of SCU.
Can we bring back people?
Oh, nah, I'm about to say nah. Technically, I thought I was doing the two. I thought it was Kazarian and what's his name?
If you want to draft somebody else, okay. If you want to count it as two, that's okay. That's up to you.
I'm about to say no.
Bring
If
back
I draft
people?
somebody else, let me draft somebody that's different. I'm gonna draft. Oh, you know what? I know how to draft. And it's gonna be funny as hell. I draft Jamie Noble.
All right.
I'm
That's a
Jamie
good one,
Noble.
too.
You gonna remember me?
That's a good one, too.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. Jamie Noble.
Jamie Noble. Is Nydia going to be with him?
You know what? I would love that, but nah, I don't.
Because it was kind of a set. It was like Jamie Noble kind of worked with Nydia.
on screen it was a set. Back screen was another story. She was a fucking blunt
Yeah.
in rotation.
Uh-huh. I'm just saying.
All right, moving over to the women's division. I'm going to draft Jada Parker.
You better. You goddamn it, you better.
Now, would that be one slap ass or two?
Both. Both. BOUF. Both.
Damn.
It was a great week on NXT. I'm just saying.
Who you got?
You said great cheeks on NXT?
Oh, yes, that too.
Ooh. I don't know if I could pick her, but I'm going with Sue Young.
You did Sue Young
I
already.
already have her.
You already got her.
Yeah. What's up? No. Oh. Rebel.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
I like that. Rebel.
Rebel's a good pick.
All right. Now, I'm going 2-for-1 special. I'm going to put my finger in the air as I say it. The Tonga twins.
Marvelous.
Respect the bloodline. Acknowledge the bloodline.
Hey,
I told you I'm bringing in all the Polynesians
You're gonna
except Solo. He's the only one left out. Fuck him. Fuck that clown ass nigga.
Crazy.
hey, newsflash, idiot! Shut the hell up!
Fuck that clown ass nigga.
Can't wait.
I'm sorry. I don't have Nia and I don't have Ava. They're also left out.
I know.
Where does
And
Jacob
I don't
fit?
really want Ava because she looks too much like her daddy, and I'm like, where your daddy at? I need to talk to him. You can tell out.
All right, one more lady for you.
Ooh. Okay, so I'll take this person because I see they got signed to a nostalgia contract, and I want her. You can go ahead and give me the original maker of the Black Widow peak. Give me Victoria.
Okay, the Faith Breaker.
She was recently mentioned too.
Didn't she just re-sign a Legends contract?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Her
And
her
Jacqueline
and
too.
two more others.
Jacqueline too.
All right.
It's gonna be lit with the women.
In the tag / factions division, I gotta have him back because I haven't had him for a couple seasons. Boom! Undisputed Era.
You know, it's weird. Every time I think about Undisputed Era, I can't think of their music to save my life. On top of my head, I'm so used to hearing the bull fake shit they had over in AEW.
That song was dope on NXT.
That's on my fucking playlist,
That shit
dude.
was dope.
That's on like my primary playlist that I play all the time.
Oh, that's the AEW one.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's the one that pops in my head all the time. That's the one I heard it so much, and I was like, man, this sucks. Get back to the original song.
Adam Cole,
the
baby.
The NXT one was really good.
Yeah.
It didn't even need lyrics. That's how good it is. It didn't even need lyrics.
Oh, so we're going tag team in the male division.
Could always choose the Dudleys. Could always choose
Yeah, you go to Dudley's.
Dudleys with Spike Dudley.
I like you in the tag team, but one of them guys is dead.
Yeah, I know you want to pick the Briscoes.
I would. The Briscoes was like third choice. The choice I was thinking about was somebody different. So we saying tag team, right?
Tag team / factions.
Okay, so I'm thinking about what's rolling
Very
in,
oozy.
and I'm thinking about certain people, and I'm thinking you ain't say not a one of these people.
Okay.
Give me the original Main Event Mafia.
Oh. Main Event Mafia. Wow.
Were any of them
He- he- he-
Italian?
he- no music freak.
Were any of them Italian, bro? Like,
Hey man, if you look at
I don't know if I should be offended from that
Squint your
team.
eyes just a little bit. He is crazy enough to be one.
well, Kurt, yes.
Bro.
Kurt, yes.
Yeah.
But everybody else, oh, Sting, maybe.
Hey man, Sting close enough with the split.
with the
shit.
hair.
Maybe.
With the hair.
Yes,
All right.
because he had the slick back hair.
All right, with my final pick in the draft, I am taking Dark Order, specifically John Silver and Alex Reynolds. And then your last pick for the draft, the 2024 draft, a.k.a.
Now,
Mr. Irrelevant.
Now, most of my draft has a lot of people that's really known and really out there, really strong. And I would like to have me a fast tag team. And no, I don't want no private party because that sounds like the OnlyFans subscription I don't got money for. But you can give me the Rascals.
Okay. All three?
All three.
All right. The Rascals. And that is the conclusion of the 2024 draft. And now, to the filler episode of Dragon Force that I wrote last week, since Alex was MIA. And I kind of ruined 2 matches that I would have booked for myself. But yeah, the filler episode. You know, it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z when there's no manga for the
They have to come up with it
yeah,
themselves.
it was a filler episode. So we had the opening match. It was Bianca Belair and Lash Legend taking on Team OF, Mandy Rose and Lacey Evans, and the winner was Team OF.
Wow. They are dominating week after week.
60-40. Well, Kelvin, I almost selected Julia. She was on my potentials list. She didn't make the final cut. She didn't make the final cut. And last week they almost beat the double champions. They almost beat Sky Blue and Rhea Ripley, who are the 2 champions. It was a very close match. It was like within like 5%. Next up, Paul Heyman came out for a promo. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and welcome to Season 4 of Dragon Force. I would like to, and then Undertaker comes out. Slow down, Paul. You know you and I go back several decades, and you know how I operate. I operate on my own time, so let this be a warning to you. Just because you're the GM doesn't mean you're in charge of me. No one in this locker room, and Drew McIntyre comes out, so I'm going to interrupt the Undertaker. You know, Taker, I'm not going to do a fucking accent.
No taker.
You look lonely now that your mates aren't here anymore. Are you already afraid of losing that world title? Don't worry, I don't want it just yet. You know what I want right now? I want you and me, one-on-one. Pause. I know I can win when you don't have help. And Taker responds, not a chance. I must admit, kid, you got balls. Because you're forgetting, I always have backup. So since you're in a fighting mood, you can have a match with my little brother, and I'll be the ref. Now make the match, Heyman. And then Heyman does his little groveling thing. Yes, sir. Match 2 in a Newark street fight. It was the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, taking on Kevin Steen, and with 73%, Kevin Steen was the winner.
I can see that happening for real.
Match 3, British Strong. It was a triple threat trios match. It was British Strong Style versus United Empire versus Imperium. And wow, United Empire got 0 votes. 0. So nobody likes Aussie Open and Will Ospreay somehow. I would have used this in my show, but I would have used this one. British Strong Style is the winner somehow. I don't know how. I would not have thought. I would have thought they were the ones that would have got 0 votes. They got 55% of the votes, and Imperium got 45. And like I said, United Empire got 0. And the main event, Kane stepping in for his big brother, taking on Drew McIntyre with The Undertaker as the referee. And with 64% of the votes, Kane is the winner.
My name is Kane.
And that was the filler episode of Dragon Force. And now, for next week's episode of Warzone, it will be Unforgiven, our September pay-per-view. We're going to kick the night off with Walter having an open challenge for the MLW Openweight title. Potential contenders are Will Ospreay, Pac, and Pete Dunne. Match 2, Brock Lesnar re-debuts on Warzone. And he will, with Paul Heyman in his corner. And he will be taking on none other than the newly acquired Hologram with Tony Khan in his corner.
You fucking mark!
Match 3, Matt Cardona in his Indie Taker persona will be taking on AJ Francis, aka Flop Dollar, for the WCW United States title in a casket match.
Flop blubber.
Match 4, Team OF, Mandy Rose and Lacey Evans. Since they've been hot since they came in, they're going to have a rematch against their two former opponents, Bianca Belair and Lacey and Lash Legend versus Rhea Ripley and Sky Blue, a triple threat tag team match.
That's a tongue twister.
Yes, lots of L's and stuff.
It is.
And our main event, because MJF is still being wrongfully persecuted against. MJF is going to be in a 3 Stages of Hell gauntlet match against DX because Triple H refuses to give him a rematch. So, the first match will be against X-Pac in a sledgehammer on a pole match.
I don't want peace.
The second match will be against Road Dogg in a Greenwich street fight. And the third match will be against Billy Gunn in a Buried Alive match.
Excuse me while
And
I
that
rip
will
this out.
be Unforgiven. What up, Israel?
This DX match sounds crazy.
Well, he's got to survive if he wants that rematch against Papa Paul.
This is like the shenanigans they do in back in 2000, bro. Like,
And that's why DX is in the match, because it's a
crazy.
complete clusterfuck.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna have to pull a Stone Cold.
What?
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 What? And speaking of complete clusterfucks, Adam Page.
Ay, Dios.
And that fucking promo he did on the screen where he clearly had a green screen behind him.
It's a green screen.
They did not burn down a house. They did not burn down a house.
That would be arson.
Even though they tried to do the Randy Orton with the Bray Wyatt shack, where they really did burn down a shack.
They did.
But Tony Khan didn't, the one time he didn't want to spend the money to burn something down. But WWE actually burned something down. But Tony didn't. That was a green screen.
Because he's currently burning down as we speak. Like what he's burning down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if that table was on fire, Hangman would have been in trouble.
Yes. He would have been out of his chair and out of Dodge after that. Like, this was terrible.
Because if you look as he's putting that cup on the table is on fire.
I mean, it's great special effects.
Yeah.
But
so the existing table that is there that he placed it on has been green screened out, and the table that is on fire doesn't exist. Hello.
Wow.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
I would think this is some shit that Vince would pull out. Honestly.
No, Vince burned down an actual shack for fucking Randy and Bray
Wyatt. Yeah, you're right.
He
has the money
to that shit down.
You're right. He has the money to do it. This would be Vince if remember he had that flop of losing his money.
Yeah.
This would be that era. This would be that era. He would just use this green screen.
Yeah.
Because this was terrible, man.
But then the actual match. Staple gun, cinder brick, a hypodermic needle, and a direct chair shot to the head.
Did he feed him heroin? What the fuck? What was in that needle?
Nothing. Which is just as bad, because if you pump fucking air into somebody, they can die.
So, this wasn't the most terrible thing that I saw that night.
Exactly, Israel. Look, they fucking did that shit a couple at the, what was it? Forbidden Door with Jericho and the forklift and that wall that wasn't a wall. It was just plywood in front of a doorway.
Yep.
That was the phoniest wall I've ever seen.
Yep. That was bad. It was very bad.
I guess they didn't want to do that again, so they green screened it, but whatever.
They did.
But anyway, yeah. Okay. I'm not going to really criticize the match or whatever. Okay, it was unsanctioned. It was after the show. They did the whole lights out deal. The question that's going around the internet, did they go too far?
With this match or the next one we're talking about?
Well, we're gonna stay with this one for now.
Okay.
Did they go too far? Because it was supposed to be a garbage match. So I'm not going to criticize what they did. I'm just going to say, did they go too far?
My friends, this is the beginning of going too far. I feel like this is the beginning. It didn't go absolutely far, but this is the beginning for real.
Is it now? Because the way AEW looking right now and the way their video game don't have no people on it, this looks like where they need to try to be at somewhere.
Oh no, I'm just saying on the same night, this was the beginning of it going too far.
Like at this point now, I expect every AEW match to be a no DQ, no disqualification, custom WWE match online.
They would have think they would have stopped.
Only way I'm getting excited to watch some of these matches anymore.
They would have think they would have stopped when Chris Jericho, another Chris Jericho moment, when he was getting his head carved with a pizza cutter during a Domino's commercial.
Hey man, that was the best. That was the best spot for a commercial. But I did want pizza right after that. But like I said, I don't feel like AEW
that shit was crazy.
Gone over too much because what hasn't WWE did in the Attitude Era? They try to erase from memory now.
That's true.
See, I totally agree with Israel's answer. Short answer, yes. Long answer, no. That's perfectly said.
Yep.
Because on the surface of it, they did go too far. But when you really start getting into explanations, no, they didn't go too far.
Like for me, this is just touching the tip of the iceberg and picking at the ice. they still ain't got nowhere near to the bottom of where they need to be at.
Man.
So let's move along to the next match. Well, the previous match. What was the qualified main event? Daniel Bryan versus Jack Perry for the AEW World Championship. Now, let me note that Jack Perry is now a footnote in this main event. He's a footnote in the main event. He lost. He was in the match, but he's a footnote because that's the complete unimportant part of the match. It's all about everything that happened after. So, first, the Elite come out to try to jump Danielson. Is that what the first one that happens?
I thought it was
No, Kill Switch comes out.
Kill Switch,
Kill
yeah.
Switch comes out to fucking face off with
Danielson.
with Perry.
Oh yeah, but that was what happened.
Or Perry.
Okay, but
And then the Elite come out to defend Perry. And then Christian comes out to face off with Danielson because he holds the
Money in the Bank.
the casino title champion,
Yeah.
whatever. Their fucking
version
Money
of
in the
Money in
Bank
the
that they can't call Money in the Bank, but because they've never had a fucking contract to carry around before, but now they do, and it's just like this weird like clipboard / briefcase in one, but whatever. They've never had it before. They just suddenly have one. But anyway,
They just made it another object.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
that won't be over as much as a fucking plastic bracelet. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, then BCC comes out to defend Danielson. And then there's the turn. Fucking Pac just starts hugging Yuta Wheeler. Claudio's just staring at Danielson. Moxley whips out a plastic bag and puts it over Danielson's head.
It's crazy how plastic tried to kill Daniel Bryan.
Hey man, he
was
hated it.
living that vegan lifestyle for a while.
Now,
how it
I'm
became a full circle.
going to ask this question again. Did they go too far?
Yes, but no.
And not for the reason of the plastic bag. Do you know what else is involved of did they go too far?
This is murder.
No. Not the plastic bag, not the choking. Do you know the backstory of did they go too far?
No.
Okay. Do you know what Moxley's new gimmick is?
No.
Have you-
Just being Moxley.
Have you heard the movie Romper Stomper?
That sounds like a.
Of course, this is a
Continue. I was
movie.
gonna say something
related
about
thing.
shit.
In an interview with what website was it? Wrestling Observer Live, one of the like ancillary shows that fucking Meltzer produces. Moxley said he recently watched the 1992 Australian cult classic Romper Stomper. That's where he got the inspiration for this new gimmick. According to imdb.com, you know, the website that, you know, is like the encyclopedia of movies. Here's how it describes the movie. Romper Stomper is a brutal and uncompromising look at the ugly face of prejudice and the futility of anger and violence. Russell Crowe gives a bravado performance as a neo-Nazi loving leader of racist thugs and hell-bent on giving a good drubbing to the immigrants that have taken over his neighborhood. He and co-star Daniel Pollock are the leaders of a racist youth gang who spend their nights attacking Asian immigrants in a rough section of Melbourne, Australia. That is the inspiration of his gimmick. And for the people that think Shane McMahon is attached to this, think again. If this is where Moxley got his idea for his gimmick, Shane McMahon is not attached to this.
Nope.
I don't think Shane McMahon wants to be attached to neo-Nazism attacking Asian immigrants.
Because his father kind of did that already. In one segment, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah.
Yeah. That's what this gimmick is based on. Obviously, he's not I don't think he's a neo-Nazi, but that's why he suddenly shaved his head and he's wearing a white t-shirt, which are signs of neo-Nazism.
Can I start by saying, you know, black people. I want you to know that before I say what I'm gonna say. I'm okay with this gimmick, and I don't give a damn what nobody said.
Okay.
I'm just stating the facts. I'm presenting that's all I'm doing is presenting the facts.
It's kind of a
I
radical
get
idea,
that,
but-
but just still in general, I'm just stating the fact that he took a movie that is well known on the other side of the planet, not in the States, so wouldn't nobody really know what it is. Two, he adapted a character that actually just feels like him. It don't feel like it changed much.
You know the line that he said to Tony Schiavone last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever.
It's like, this is not your show anymore.
That's a line that's literally taken from the movie. He said instead of this show, it's country. Directly from the movie. That's the only word he changed. Show versus country. So he's quoting the movie.
Again, quoting the movie. Bravo.
It should have went.
Good to him. No offense. BBC was getting cool, but it was also dying slowly in the water.
Yeah.
Should have went with that Rocky 3 idea.
All right. And so on Twitter, the AEW account posted, due to the graphic nature of the attack on Daniel Bryan, we will not be sharing the footage. AEW does not condone such actions. So they're going along with the whole thing of what Moxley's doing. And then O'Shea Jackson, Ice Cube's son, he said, "How long before y'all have a guns and knives match? Goddamn! Hold the phone. Hold the phone because he hadn't seen the next match yet. Because this was live. He hadn't seen the next match yet. Because we're working backwards. So half an hour later, fucking Hangman is sticking a needle in Swerve's face.
They're getting close.
It's pretty damn close.
It's pretty damn close for real.
Pretty damn close.
Nail gun.
That's the next match. That's the next match. It's going to be Swerve and Hangman rope versus gun match like Cowboys and Indians.
Oh,
somebody going to get hung or somebody going to get shot.
They got to do the 10
And I ain't going to tell you which one's going to happen, but it's going to feel racist.
Exactly, Kelvin. That's why I presented the argument. If for the people that do the research on Moxley's gimmick, because he stated where he got the inspiration from, that movie, the smart people that want to do the research on that movie and find out what it's about, they're depending on their morals, they're going to say, I'm good. I'm not going to watch that.
I'm the opposite. I like that.
Again, to each their own. I'm just presenting the facts. That's all I'm here for.
I watched a lot of Vince's shit, so let me just watch this.
Look, I feel like this.
Tony Khan's
if anybody watched American X, you can shut the hell up.
Well, if we go back to imdb.com, there's a link to American History X.
Yeah.
That's how they compare the movie.
Yeah, if anybody watch American History X, it sounds like that's the same as that movie, just done in a different place. You can watch this movie.
They compare it to that as the Australian version of that movie. That's what it is.
Because I'll let you know right now, the Curve Stomp is only known for one movie and one movie only, and that's that movie.
Yep. And let's go to some happier versions of the portions of the show.
Versions of the show?
Happy?
Will Ospreay defended his international championship against Pac, and that is how you have a spot monkey match. It was physical. It sort of made sense, and I'm here for it. I enjoyed that type of spot monkey match.
Now just wait till you get Ricochet in the mix, and it just number power and just flips all over the place.
Jeez. What about
Dark, I want you to know I'm still battling people, not even on the Instagram. You should have to go follow it if you're here. I'm still battling people about Ricochet going over there.
Yeah.
It's back on Instagram. It's on Twitter now.
Oh, God.
Hard on Twitter.
This life is over. Let's move on.
So right now, I'm undefeated.
And then we had MJF with the very, very close win over Daniel Garcia. But then Daniel Garcia whooped his ass after the match. Yep. And the rumor is that MJF will be taking time off, even though he just came back.
God, MJF must be nice.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're the Roman Reigns of AEW.
Yep.
Oh, also Swerve is taking time off, even though he just got that big-ass contract. And I guess he now has the freedom to take time off as he pleases.
Yeah. Everybody's on that Roman Reigns.
He's now the Randy Orton of AEW.
Oh God.
Other than that, the rest of the... Oh, I was going to bring this up. Tony Khan has scaled down his card. He's now down to 8 matches.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is he all right? Is he dying?
There was 8 matches. Well, on the main card, there was 8 matches. There was still 3 pre-show matches. And they all, I think on this week's pre-show, there was only like 30 people on the pre-show as opposed to like 60 people for All Out. Sorry, yeah, for All In. Because remember, he had like that 16-man tag team match, and then he had the 4-way trios match, and then there was a 4-way tag team match. He got like 60 people in that like pre-show last week. So I think he like cut that in half too. It was only like 30 people.
I'm telling you, bro. He in the back talking to Tay Long. And Tay Long can just come out there and speak. He's going one-on-one with Undertaker. Boy, the match would be lit.
I do know that there was a 3-way trios match on the pre-show, and then there was a regular trios match on the pre-show, and then there was a women's trios match on the pre-show, and I think that's it. And then there might have been a regular tag team match. So yeah, I think he got it down to like 30 on the pre-show. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a shorter. It was less matches total.
That man trying to play with all his toys at once, so can't nobody else get
Yeah. So let's report on the attendance.
Oh God.
Well, first, we'll do the bottom of the screen first. All Out, bottom left. They sold 8,305 tickets. Their setup was 8,582. And last week we reported the building holds a little over 9,000. So basically they used the whole building. So congratulations for them for what I would call an almost sellout. Well, we'll call it a sellout because they only had 277 tickets left. Well, WWE calls those sellouts. We'll call it a sellout. Congratulations to them on actually selling out the building.
WWE call them sellouts, but people still buy those tickets.
Yeah.
They just don't show up.
And we'll compare Bash at Berlin. I think my face is blocking most of that, but the building holds 13,437. They sold 13,364 with 73 tickets left. Sellout.
Sellout entertainment.
Definitely sell out.
Yes. Now on the top half of the screen, because WWE was in the Scotiabank Saddle Dome last night for Raw, which is Calgary. And earlier this year, when Dynamite was there going into Forbidden Door, they did Dynamite there. Look at the setup number. It's literally half. They used half of the building. And yet they still have the same number of available tickets.
Oh, wow.
What forgery of these numbers you speak of?
It's a difference of 50 available tickets when you used half of the building. You couldn't even sell out half of the building. So
is this the recent show?
That was the one leading into Forbidden Door. That was the Dynamite the Wednesday before Forbidden Door. Now last night, WWE used the whole building because the setup for hockey / rodeo / basketball is like 9,200. So if the current their setup is 8,900, that's the whole building. So WWE used the whole building, so they basically sold it out. If we go to the next page, upcoming shows. The 2 travel events for NXT, the one that will be in Chicago, again, AEW just in Chicago, and they were in the small building which was the Now Center. They're having NXT in the bigger building, the Allstate Arena, which holds, I believe, 11,000. So WWE is not using the whole building. Though I'm going to hold that against them. They're not using the whole building. They're only setting up for 7,500. They're not using the whole building. And they currently have sold 2/3 of that. And they're still, 3 weeks away. And then the show in St. Louis, which will be featuring Randy Orton, they're a month away. I'm not sure how big that building is, but they're selling almost 7,000 tickets. So I'm guessing that's not the full building either. But again, it's the third show. It's developmental. I can see why they're not using the whole building.
Now, what's crazy is these are just house shows, right?
No, these are that's NXT TV. That's the TV show.
I'm saying. And they're saying, I call them house shows still because, they don't be, their pay-per-views are even done on regular TV.
Oh, yeah. And then AEW Grand Slam, which is at the end of the month. So let's review the Grand Slam over the last several years again. The first year, Arthur Ashe Stadium, they sold out the entire building, which is like 22,000 seats. And they come back last year. It's like 12,000. And then earlier this year, they wanted to do Forbidden Door out of Arthur Ashe Stadium. And the pre-sale was so low that New Japan said, nope, sorry, we're not paying half the rent, we're out. Mm-hmm. So, Forbidden Door got moved to Long Island, to where the Islanders play. I forget what that building is called, but that's where Forbidden Door ended up being, on Long Island. So Grand Slam is still being held out of Arthur Ashe Stadium. Next year it's going to fucking, Australia? Yeah, they're going to Australia, where they have the Australian Open. So they're still going to be tennis themed. And this year, the setup is 5,728, a fourth of the building. And 3 weeks away, you still have 2,000 tickets available.
You know what I feel like AEW is now when it comes down to the wrestling community? AEW is the equivalent of when you want to watch NFL, but there ain't no games on, so you can watch college football because that's the only thing you got left to do.
Yeah.
That's what AEW is trying to become to me now. Because if you still have tickets that are still able to be bought 3 weeks away from now, and you can't even sell those, that sounds like everybody used their money to go see a WWE event, and if they can't make WWE event, your tickets will be bought after.
It's ironic that you say that, because during the media scrum for All Out, Tony Khan was asked about, comparing themselves to WWE, and he said, we're the AFL, in the 60s compared to the NFL. We're still a growing brand. One day we'll be the same thing.
A growing brand? How long have they been out again?
5 years. 5.5.
If you're in a growing brand, you was a growing brand when you had All Out and you had Damian Priest up there wrestling. You had Rey Mysterio up there wrestling. You had all these people that wasn't signed nowhere wrestling. That's when you was a growing brand. You got established people that show up on TV every week to have storyline, and you still call yourself established 5 years later?
Yep.
That's not established. That is called your marketing is trash.
And in other AEW bad news, 3 former talents terminated by the company have brought a lawsuit against All Elite Wrestling, among others. The lawsuit brought by announcing Kevin Kelly and wrestlers Brandon and Brendan Tate, a.k.a. The Boys, from what's his name? I'm blanking on the... Dalton Castle and The Boys. So, yeah, the boys got fired a while back. This lawsuit was filed on August 30th in Philadelphia County Court. A lawsuit against AEW claims the company is misclassifying its wrestlers' talent as independent contractors rather than employees. We're back to this argument.
Oh, no.
And then the lawyer who is taking the case, Stephen P. New, how fitting and appropriate that on Labor Day weekend a lawsuit is filed seeking to correct, among other things, the abhorrent practice of misclassification of pro wrestlers as independent contractors and not employees. All AEW wrestlers are now members of this punitive class case. And if we go back to the beginning of AEW, let's go back to the fact of Tony Khan saying we want to treat wrestlers better. We want to provide them with travel. We want to provide them with benefits and this and that. That sounds like employees and not independent contractors. And that's why you don't say those things in wrestling or in sports, because they become employees and not independent contractors, and they're entitled to things. And that's why this lawsuit might have some weight. Will they win? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer or a judge. But it has some merit to it.
I'm just gonna say it right here, okay? We're gonna date this. September 10th, 7:51 p.m. I don't see AEW going any farther as long as Tony Khan is in charge.
And let me say, go ahead.
No, and I'm giving it gracefully. I'm giving it another 5 years to build up to be 10. Within that time, I will try my hardest to not say nothing bad, but the way booking is going, it ain't convincing me nothing.
Now, let me say this. The website that broke this news, the Wrestling News, and the lawyer Stephen New, a.k.a. Stephen P. New.
Damn right I knew.
The website is run by Brian Last. And what's the fucking company he owns? Arcadian Vanguard Enterprises. Brian Last and Arcadian Vanguard Enterprises. The co-host of Jim Cornette. That's his website. Stephen P. New, the personal lawyer of Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette's taking down Tony Khan.
And
Indirectly.
You know what's funny? I would love to see Dark Side of the Ring with talk shit about Tony Khan.
Oh!
Be a part of his ending like it was last time. I want my wife. She will not get a dime unless she takes me to pee on that grave and now this grave.
First McMahon, now Khan.
Stephen P. New also defended the person that owned the Yeet. He also defended that person. He got them paid for Yeet against WWE. Yeah. So yeah, Stephen P. New he knows his wrestling shit. And this past Friday was the final episode of SmackDown on Fox. And it was kind of a sad episode because remember episode 1, we had The Rock open the show, and the main event was Brock Lesnar destroying Kofi Kingston. And this week we had Cody telling Jacob Fatu, "You deserve a world title match," and then him just saying, "I love you, my tribal chief.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you. I love you, Solo."
And then the main event was Solo with this weird face spiking Montez. How the mighty have fallen. So fucking Brock to Solo.
Why does it sound? He looks like he has a cartoon sound.
He looks constipated.
Or it's like one of those Flintstone walks or runs, and then just fucking spikes him.
But yeah, so all WWE programming for now is on USA for the next 3 weeks, month, until NXT goes to CW. And then in January, Raw goes to Netflix.
Where we gotta pay.
January was it 6 or 10?
Whatever the first Monday is.
You gotta pay to watch Raw now.
Hey, look, I'm cool paying watching Raw if they about to get more adultery about this though.
I'm okay
I'll
with
pay.
that too.
Facts, Israel. Facts. Solo ain't
I will
him.
pay. Like, I will pay money if WWE is going to drop a lot more curse words without having to bleep it and make these storylines get vicious like they used to. I'm with it. I'll pay money for subscription. I'll pay it all up.
If it supports that, then yeah, I'm with it too.
All right, J-Kid, here's your segment. Take it away.
Right.
Take it away. We'll let you handle this one.
I call this the best heel promo of this year so far. How do you get your hometown hero in Canada? We were in Alberta.
Alberta. Oh,
So-
no, sorry, Calgary,
Calgary.
Alberta.
All right, so we're in Calgary.
City Providence.
Of course, the home of Bret the Hitman Hart, which he lives a couple towns down.
I know
Like
Israel.
up to-
SmackDown stays on USA.
Yeah.
Only Raw is going to Netflix.
Now he's getting honored by the crowd. Of course, he's getting as he should. This man is a legend. This man is literally personified wrestling of how it is today. Now you got the world champion Gunther. He comes out and he says the greatest thing that a heel wrestler would say to Bret Hart. He said that to me, you are the closest to second of my favorite wrestler of all time.
Now, before you finish that, as he was going through that, in my head, I'm like, he's gonna say himself. I was like, nah, he's gonna say Shawn Michaels. I'm like, no, they've made up, so he's not gonna say Shawn Michaels. He's gonna say himself. I was not expecting what he said. Continue.
He said that my greatest wrestler of all time, the number one, is Bill Goldberg. Oh my God!
Bars.
Bars.
That's how you throw it in the motherfucker's face and then just become the heel of heels without having to say anything else.
Perfect.
Bars.
This was perfect. You went to the man who you said your favorite wrestler is the guy who literally injured the man in front of you.
Clearly, he's lying, but
Obviously,
damn,
that's Gunther. Walter's favorite wrestler's got to be like what, like fucking Roddy Piper or something. I don't
something
know.
like that.
But this is Gunther, man. Gunther's like the best heel, one of the best heels next to Dominic Mysterio. In my case, this is the greatest heel promo ever.
That was wild.
That was super wild.
That was diabolical.
And you didn't need like 10 minutes for it or 15 minutes for it. It was a good 5 minutes. And then you got, the face of obviously attacking Gunther for what he said. But this was an impact
Yeah.
of what he said.
And
The
it
crowd
was a good
laughing.
reason for Sami Zayn to come out and defend Bret,
course.
because obviously
Canada,
Bret can't fight.
But I got to say, top tier, one of the best promos this year
Yeah.
for Gunther.
Yep. And also on Raw, Adam Pearce came out to confront Drew McIntyre. And he announced, I've talked to CM Punk, and we're going to settle this once and for all. At Bad Blood, inside, hell in a cell. I knew that was going to happen.
Me too. I knew that this was going to continue to Bad Blood.
Yeah.
Because it kind of makes sense. It makes sense. Shout out to Metro Boomin for the beat.
Metro Boomin wants some more.
Because it sounds dope. Like the Bad Bloods trailers are coming out.
Yeah.
And it sounds dope. Like, I'm all with it.
Metro, shut your ass up and make some drums, nigga.
I have one gripe with anything that's happening in wrestling right now. And I don't know if y'all feel the same about it, but I do. And it's about the Yeet. The master of the Yeet. And his daddy.
Oh, well, let's hit the next slide, because he's prominently involved in the next slide. All right, go ahead.
I love Rikishi. I love him to death. Met him a few times. He's a cool guy. Listen to his podcast. Great read.
Great guy.
Rikishi, listen here.
Oh, man.
Out of all your kids, Jey Uso is the most over next to the biggest babyface in the company, Cody-verse. And you think that they are wasting his potential? His music play, and all he got to do is say yeet, and the crowd sings the song as long as like they do Cody's theme song.
Mm-hmm.
If I see one more person online say Jay deserves a belt, and Jay don't give a rat's ass about a belt right now, he's just having a fun time being the man that people love to see. He done missed 2 funerals for y'all.
Yep.
I swear to God, I'm gonna start blacking on people.
Although I think that's just people on the internet overreacting, not realizing Rikishi's probably working, but that's another story. So on Raw, Judgment Day attacks the Terror Twins. Jey Uso comes out to save the Terror Twins. He was a little late, but he came to save them.
Waiting for the Uso and
Yeah, he came to save them. And then he was in the main event, the 4-way for the #1 contender for the IC title against Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed returns to take out Strowman, and then Jey Uso wins the match against Dragunov and Dunn, and he goes face-to-face with Braun Breaker. So that was his night.
I gotta say, these big-ass motherfuckers are doing crazy spots right now. Bronson Reed and Strowman?
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm actually hooked on it now.
It's built to build Reed. Once he takes out Strowman, who else can stop him?
I'm actually hooked. I'm like, okay.
If you take out it's like when you go to jail, you take out the biggest motherfucker in the yard, you're that nigga. Who else is stopping you?
Hey, look, I only got one thing to say about this whole storyline. This is the one time in a long time that I am hooked on everybody doing something. I'm not bored watching the show and going, man, I can turn this right here. Oh, I can get a lead right here. I don't give a damn about this. Everybody has something significant happening, like the old Attitude Era where everybody has something going on. Even if it was a match that they wasn't a part of, something else is going on.
Now, Israel, let me ask you this. If your team no yeet, what happens when Jimmy comes back and they get back together? What happens then? All right, we're gonna skip over the next one. We'll come back to next week because we're short on time.
We skip to the next one?
Well, we're gonna skip that one. We'll come back next week.
No. Still on this segment.
All right.
I gotta say, I gotta get this out here.
Yeah.
I am enjoying Braun, Breaker's because there's a lot of Brauns in here.
Yeah, Braun and Braun.
Braun Breaker. I would say he's him on this Intercontinental Championship run. This is one of the best Intercontinental rising stars for being a Steiner kid, and he has big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
dude is immaculate of promos, dude. Comebacks, great, evaluate yourself. Now people are chanting dog, people are dogs now.
He got that dog in him.
He got that dog in him, yo. Best shit. All right, we can move on.
Yeah, we'll come back to Nash and Logan next week because we're short on time.
Yeah.
But Cody Rhodes he's on the new show Scare Tactics on USA Network, and he's going to prank the New Day. I believe this series has started this week, but I believe that specific episode is 2 weeks from now. I could be wrong.
That's pretty wholesome.
I don't remember the exact date that episode airs, but it's coming. It's coming.
It's like the Netflix with New Day and The Undertaker.
Yeah. And now, outside the ropes, favorite 2000s horror movie. And before we even get to this, I'm going to take myself out because I've never heard of Urban Legends. I've never seen American Psycho. I've only seen bits and pieces of Scream 3, so that only leaves Final Destination for me.
For me, it would be either American Psycho or Final Destination, and Scream 3 would probably be third.
All right, Alex, take it away. You're the horror movie aficionado.
I was about to say, yeah, you stepped into my territory now. I was over here rubbing my nipples. You can't see it.
That's for last, guy.
Let me tell you, American Psycho, classic. That's Batman before Batman, and he killed Joker before he got a chance to fight Joker. If you know, you know. Scream, great. Wes Craven, but no offense, trash to me because it's just a regular guy. Just a regular guy with a voice changer, so I never really cared for it. Urban Legend was one of the dumbest movies ever to be made, and I don't care what you guys say. Argue with your mama. Final Destination will be the epitome of the best horror movie for that time. Because let me tell you something. Out of all the Final Destination movie, they put you in a real scenario, and then put you in a scary outcome that you wouldn't think would happen, and it fucked up the planet. And I can demonstrate with one thing: log trucks.
Yo, that's the second one, right? I refuse to drive behind a log truck because of Final Destination 2.
Fucking log trucks.
I refuse.
Log truck phobia.
I refuse to drive behind a log truck ever.
Bruh, that second movie fucked up the planet. You understand me? There's people on Twitter and Reddit sites. They'd be like, I guess these people seen this movie. It'd be a log truck in the aisle by itself. Everybody else be right on the next side of it. Nobody's behind it.
Final Destination Dude, it's
It's
like
one of the movies that just fucks you up.
yo, word. Final Destination is like the biggest scare straight.
I will not stand on a fire escape. I will go up it. I'll go down it. I will not stand on it.
For people like to like try to avoid stupid shit, pretty much.
Like, if you got a fear, Final Destination and touched it. Planes, highway, roller coasters, racetracks, movie theaters. Like, bruh, everything that they touch, real world events have happened around those same exact things, bruh. It makes you scared to go outside, and it's just a movie.
Yeah.
Final Destination got it.
Word.
Yep, and with Final Destination, that is our final moment of this episode. I have been Darth Messiah, and you, sir.
Alex the motherfucking Hill.
Good night, J Kid.
Night to all, good night.
Peace.
Mm.